This knife has a straight edge on it, so it's very easy. And maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain. Straight edge on it, so it's very easy. And maybe in our world here, there lives a happy little mountain.
I'm back, and look, my hair is cut. It's not styled or anything, but it's cut. It's cut. Figured I'd do a little video. I got a lot of things on my mind, which a lot I can't go into, or I'm choosing not to go into right now. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but I can't really tell you what's on my mind. Let's just say there's a lot going on upstairs, and it may reflect in future videos. I hope not. It's not negative stuff. It's not negative. I shouldn't say it's negative stuff. But you ever get the feeling that you've reached your limit in a particular situation, that you just need to move on? That's sort of what's going on up here. Part of what's going on up here. I feel that it's time for me to move on from something. You will find out, I promise. You will find out. Cycling challenge. I know I've been going on a lot about this in my blogs and vlogs. But I'm going to give you a little quick update. I don't want this video to be all about that. My daughter's decided to make a mess. What else is new? So I'm going to flip you around and give you a quick update on my bike. It is doing fairly well. I got the new tube put in it. I had to put the tube in it. It wasn't holding air. Kind of figured. I was just trying to avoid doing that because I want to change the tires. So I'm going to flip you around and show you what's new. So right now my bike is living here, right by the back door. Simple fact that the Aztek's still in the garage. That is an ongoing thing. My brother may know somebody who actually wants it. So that's why it's still here. But anyways, my bike is living here. I got a headlight put on it. Now this thing is stupidly bright. You probably can't really tell because it is daytime. But it's stupidly bright. Very happy with that. I actually bought this a while ago, back the first Niagara ride, which was like 7 or 8 years ago. And I never really used it until recently. So that's on there, just so I can enjoy some night rides. I bought this the other day. It's for my phone. Phone slides in here, and you can still use the phone, which is handy because when I turn on my apps and I'm tracking where I'm going, it's right there. It also doubles as a little storage area for like wallet and keys. Very handy. You don't need to worry about my phone getting broken. Down here, another light. I think I bought this in a combo set, if I'm not mistaken. It so I don't get rear-ended, or I guess it doesn't prevent me from getting rear-ended, but people can see me. Now, I did have to change the tube in this tire. Last year when I was doing the challenge, it developed a leak. I pumped it up and it just was not holding air. So my thought was if it would hold air, I wouldn't change it until I actually changed the tire, which I'm thinking of changing the tires, which I'll talk about in a minute. But unfortunately it wouldn't hold air, so my hand was forced, and I didn't really want to be constantly putting air into it. Now, oh yes, I think I mentioned this is my bike pump in the previous video, but yeah, it's nothing special. It's a hand pump, just in case. Now, what is wrong with my bike? Well, not a whole lot, to be honest. A lot of what is wrong, actually the main thing that is wrong, is more my fault. And it has to do with the tires. Let me show you the front tire here. I don't know if you can really make it out. Obviously the front tire has a lot more grip. It just rolls. There's no power going to it, right? The back tire, however, is wearing down quite a bit. At least in the middle tread. Now that may be due to the fact that I got a lot of air in this tire. And also that the majority of this bike's life is on the road. Unfortunately, these tires are obviously meant for trails and off-road use. So that's where it becomes my issue. It's not. I can't blame the bike for this. This bike was not really meant for long distance road travel. So my Niagara ride, I've been on the fence. I've been thinking of buying hybrid tires. They're relatively inexpensive. And what a hybrid tire is it's still got this like aggressive tread along the side, which, as you can see, is still really good on this bike. I still got the little nubs on it. But down the middle on a hybrid tire, it's more like a road bike, which would be less resistant, which would mean less travel time for me to get to Niagara. However, I don't know if I want to do that because of the hassle of actually changing these. And now, it's not hard. I got the quick release system thing. It's just more the fact I got to deflate the tire and pull the rubber off and put the new one on. And I really prefer to ride on trails. Now, the big reason I haven't ridden on trails was, one, there's not a lot of trails that will take you to Niagara that aren't paved. All right, we got to cut through Toronto and everything, and all the roads there, or rather, all the trails there are, for the most part, 98, 99% paved. So, around here, now this is the first time I've ridden this bike around town, around Newcastle, and I really haven't gone down trails yet with it. Mainly because of timing issues. It seems to be a big problem in my life. And basically, right now I'm riding at night, so it gets dark. Now I do have my lights, and that's not a problem. But I guess if these lights ever die, now they do run on AA batteries. If they die and I'm out on a trail, I'm gonna have a problem. And I'm not talking like, trail as in like urban trail where there's usually some form of street lights. I'm talking in the woods trails, the trails I'm thinking. So if these die, now I like I said, I don't know how long these will last since they're on AA's. I really haven't used them. If they die, I really don't want to be left in the dark. So I will be getting onto those trails at some point in time. I'm still doing a lot of testing on the bike. It hasn't been ran like a good run. And I'm talking as if it's a motorized car. But believe it or not, bicycles do break down. I've had them break down in the past. Not this one, but what was it? I think it was a CCM. So I don't know if that's a real good name brand bike. This is apparently. Not that I'm an expert on bikes, but I've had my old bike break down on me on a fairly decent ride. I used to ride from Newcastle to Oshawa on a consistent basis, and one time I went from Newcastle to, I believe it was, I was trying to get to Ajax. I don't know why. It was just trying to get to Ajax, and my bike actually blew all the bearings in the crank where the pedals go all over the place, and that was the end of that. So I actually had to get my parents to come and rescue me because the bike just was unrideable. That sucked. So I don't I'm not saying that's not going to happen. I mean, obviously it is still a mechanical machine that's powered by myself, but it's still a machine. So parts will fail. And then, you know, I plan to ride it a lot more this summer in preparation for the Niagara ride. So if it's going to break down, I want it to break down somewhere where it's not as an inconvenience to get myself home. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Now, bikes are generally really reliable. So I think the biggest problem with a bicycle is you do get flat tires. So yeah. So that's enough bike talk. The only thing I want to really add to that, I know I just said that's enough bike talk. I'm looking at getting a GoPro session. Cody went out and bought one. Check out his channel. I'll put it in the description below. Why am I having issues talking? I don't know. So I'm going to get that. I got a bootload of ideas I want to do with that. After seeing his, I originally told him about it, and I was really on the fence with getting one because I was looking at the full-size GoPros, the regular size GoPro. A GoPro Session's like a little cube, and I didn't really know. I still kind of don't know what the big difference is. I haven't dug into them that much. I do know is I don't really want to spend the $400, $500, $600 on a GoPro, and because I'm only doing these vlogs occasionally, it just seemed like a high price to pay. Now, GoPro Session, there's two of them. I believe the more expensive one is a 4K model, which, you know, great quality. However, my current editing setup, I can't edit in 4K. And that's more due to a software limitation than a hardware limitation. The software I use to edit only goes up to 1080p. So 4K camera doesn't make sense. I believe my Pixel here does 4K. I haven't really experimented with that. But anyway, I can't edit 4K. I'd have to dumb it down anyways. So that doesn't make any sense to spend the extra money. So the lower session, GoPro Session, I know it does 1080p. I don't know the exact specs off the top of my head, but it looks pretty sweet. And in typical GoPro style, there's a bunch of accessories for it that I can really make use of. Whereas with my Pixel phone here, it's very limited. I mean, it's got good quality, but it's limited on just what I can do with it. Obviously, I probably could go get a case and make it waterproof, but I don't really want to risk my phone. Now, I do use this phone for work, and I don't want to risk that a case would fail and I'd, you know, soak my phone. Some of you are going, well, you don't go swimming. Why are you worried about that? This summer I want to go camping and possibly go up to a friend's cottage, and I got some ideas I want to do up there. The other reason I want a GoPro, I'll let you in on some of the ideas I got in my head. I'm gonna scoot down here. Hold on a second. Let me just spin you around. One of my hobbies is RCs. This is my rock crawler. It's my Ventura Ascender. I think I said that right. There's the name of the company. One of my rock crawlers, and I got a competition coming up. I don't know if I'll have the GoPro in time for it. And I think it'd be really cool to get like an in-cab video of this thing going over rocks. I obviously don't want to put my phone in there because that might get a little dangerous for my phone. I also have this bad boy here. This is a Traxxas Slash. However, it's not stock. I don't know if you can see in there. Yeah, I got a brushless motor in it. It flies pretty good. I did do a speed run on it the other day. I was brave enough to put my phone in this thing. But I'm going to warn you, my butt cheeks were clenched because I was worried about my phone flying out, just because how fast this thing goes. I have an app on my phone, and I believe the speed run was officially 73 kilometers an hour. Now, I don't care what kind of phone case you have on your phone. I don't think a phone would fare very well if it, went skidding across the pavement at 73 kilometers an hour. So, granted, I don't think a GoPro would fare very well either, but you never know. So I don't know. I think it would be cool to put like a GoPro on the roof here and, yeah, get some racing footage. I do am planning on racing this sucker in the fall, so stay tuned for that. I also have some more RCs downstairs, but these are my two main ones right now. So yeah, I'm planning on going rock crawling with that guy. I think it'd be cool to get some footage of that. Wyatt has his little truck sitting up here, so there might be some footage of him booting around. And I also have planned for, don't mind the mess, yeah, I don't know what that is. I might have to clean that. For a Kinley cam. I think it'd be really cool for her to have her own cam. She's very tired right now. I think it's time for a nap. Now, as for the bike, I know I just said I wasn't going to talk more about the bike. I think it'd be really sweet, oops, to mount, there's my light, that bad boy right there. And I can have some, riding footage, but I can also clip it off and talk to you guys just like so, especially on the longer ride, like the Niagara ride. I can keep my phone strictly for emergencies and tracking the ride, and have a separate camera for vlogging. Should be really cool. It should be really cool. I think that's going to be a multiple part vlog. Where did my lighting go? Usually this camera's pretty good at changing the lighting, but apparently it just got dark. I didn't pay the power this month. So yeah, that's my plan. At least some of my plan. I do have a few other ideas, which I gotta keep some stuff secret. I say a lot. So yeah. Well, so much for what I had planned to do outside. I was going to record something special. I'm not going to reveal that. I'm going to save it for another video. But here's a hint. It's sort of set up right out there. Those little pieces of wood. Right down there. My fingers look like fat effing sausages. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways. We'll just have to wait for another day.